Helen's back in the kitchen and she's got a brand new book called Gluten-Free Express. It is an incredible book and it just goes to show even if you're gluten intolerant, it doesn't mean you have to miss out on delicious cakes, just like the cake you're about to make me.
Yeah, we're going to make a really nice nana cake. I love old school nana cakes, so I've dedicated a whole chapter to it in my book.
Yes.
This one's so simple and easy. We're making a pistachio cake with a pomegranate glaze. So you've got the green from the pistachio, the pink from the pomegranate. So visually it's really striking, but it's so easy to make. All you need is a bowl and spoon.
All right.
And we start with our gluten-free flour straight into the bowl.
Tell me about gluten-free flour, because there's a lot on the market now, isn't there?
Yeah, there are. Look, some are bake better than others. Generally, it's kind of dictated by price, unfortunately.
Yes.
The better ones will be really moist and fluffy. The cheaper ones kind of tend to crumble.
What's in a gluten-free flour?
So every manufacturer has their own blend. So it's usually a blend of rice flour, corn flour. Some have like tapioca. So everyone has their own blend. So just find one that you're happy with. Just experiment. So we've got flour and sugar in there, and we've got our crushed pistachio. So I just want you to see the texture of these. So this kind of coarsely crushed. You don't want it to be a meal. So when you're cutting into the loaf, you want that texture from the pistachio. And we're going to give our cake a beautiful, green, vibrant hue. So they go straight in. And just a pinch of sea salt flakes to bring out the flavour. And that's it for the dry ingredients, Justine. Simple as that. I might get you started on the wet. Sure. Do you want to crack some eggs for me and zest some lime? And again, so you get the acidity from the lime, you get the acidity from the pomegranate. So there's lots of, beautiful flavour in this.
You've done so many different gluten-free recipes. Do you find the flour's getting better and better and easier to work with, in particular when you're doing the baking? Because baking's the biggest issue, right? There's lots of things that are naturally gluten-free, but when you just are craving a delicious cake, do you find the flours are much better on the market now?
Much better. So I was diagnosed with celiac disease 17 years ago. There was nothing. Like, you couldn't find one gluten-free flour in the supermarket, no breads, not a single loaf of bread in the supermarket. So I'd drive to like a health food store 20 kilometres from home, and it was heavy as a brick, and I was like, oh, I can't eat this. I'm going to start experimenting with my own flours. So just straight in with the eggs. And so these eggs, we've got 3 eggs here. It's going to make our cake incredibly moist. And another thing I forgot to mention is this is dairy-free. So if you've got a dairy intolerance, this is a great cake to make. So we've got some coconut yogurt there.
Ah, coconut yogurt.
Yeah, so that's sort of my little secret dairy-free tip. Coconut yogurt is fantastic in cake. So a lot of people ask me, is it going to taste like coconut? Am I going to be able to taste it? You can't taste the coconut, don't worry. And if you can tolerate dairy, you could use just a regular natural Greek yogurt here.
So just the same amount of yogurt, the quantities are the same. Okay. And, the smell of this lime zest.
Yeah, you can smell the lime already. So lime, pistachio, pomegranate, they all work beautifully together. So they go straight in. And, pistachio is kind of having a moment. People have gone pistachio crazy this year. So I actually included 2 pistachio recipes in the book. I've got the cake and I've got some pistachio cream cookies. I think with the whole Dubai chocolate trend, there's like a pistachio shortage worldwide. Everyone's gone crazy for pistachio. So I had to put 2 recipes in this book.
And I'm just going to grab a knife. And the juice goes straight in too?
Straight in, yep. I mean, we're pretty much there. So this is an express recipe. All you need is a bowl and spoon, and it literally comes together in under 5 minutes. So you want like a nice sort of thick, wet batter. So if we could just pop some vanilla in there, Juzzy. We just need about 2 teaspoons. Okay, and some olive oil. So this is what I grew up on, olive oil, coming from a Greek background. We literally drank it in our house. And it's fantastic for dairy-free baking. So I like to use a light olive oil when I'm baking because I don't want like that really robust flavour. The light one's got a neutral taste. Or if you just want to use a healthier fat as opposed to butter, you get all those healthy fats in there as well. So we've got the coconut yogurt, the eggs, and the olive oil, and those 3 together are going to make our loaf really moist.
And Helen, don't bag out butter because you know how much I love it.
Yes, you are French. I shouldn't be saying that to a French lady.
The Greek, the olive oil. They're both very passionate about both fats.
We'll fight it out. Okay, then that goes straight into our tin.
I'll help you out here because it's quite heavy.
So just straight in. So it's a nice thick batter, and you can see, the texture in there already. It's nice and glossy. And then we're just going to pop that in the oven for about 50 minutes until it rises, and we want it to cool completely before we put our pomegranate icing on.
Helen, this cake looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice and cool now, so it's ready to ice. So just transfer that onto our platter. And we're going to top it with some crushed pistachios, some pomegranate seeds. So I'll get you to crush those and smash them out of the pomegranate, and I'll get onto the icing. So we've got a pure icing sugar here. So when you're in the supermarket, you want a pure icing sugar because you want this to set. So the icing sugar mixture has cornstarch added to it to keep it soft, but we don't want a soft icing, we want a hard icing. So all we do here is grab, a couple of tablespoons of pomegranate juice. Just watch this as you mix it. You want it to look like a thick paste. So quite often when people mix icing, they keep adding liquid, then it turns out to sort of thin and runny.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's just you've got to be patient with it, just little by little, and it just absorbs the liquid so much.
That's right, and you get this beautiful, vibrant pink hue. And because we're using pomegranate juice as well, it's all natural, Justine. We're not using any artificial flavours or colours here at all.
Absolutely. And you could just use the juice from the pomegranate, or you can buy pomegranate juice.
That's right. That's right. Like I said, this is really simple to make. You could even, pre-bake the cake and ice it just before your guests arrive. It's a really quick, easy recipe to take to a barbecue or when you have friends over.
Yeah.
So that can go straight over the top. And then as soon as I pour this over the top, Justine, I'll get you to immediately sort of garnish that because this icing does set quite quickly. So once you pour it over the top, you want to sprinkle it with the pistachio and the pomegranate quite quickly. So we'll just sort of smooth it over. You want it running over the edges a little bit. Look at that gorgeous colour.
So pretty.
Your friends will definitely love this cake.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I always like to stress, even if you aren't gluten intolerant, it doesn't mean you don't make these cakes because they're still amazing.
You won't know this is a gluten-free cake. No. It's just a delicious moist loaf.
Okay, sprinkle on.
Straight on. It's raining pistachios.
So pretty. A little bit more?
Yeah.
Don't want to overdo it. Your work of art here.
And what's beautiful, you've got those contrasting colours. So green and pink, they're just visually striking together and they've got a beautiful contrast. And you've got those contrasting textures. You've got the nuttiness from the pistachios, you've got the creaminess from the icing, and you've got those little pops of juiciness from the pomegranate. So it kind of ticks all the boxes.
That is just such a pretty cake. I just love the pale pink colour of the pomegranate.
Yeah, it's almost too pretty to eat.
Delicious. Helen's book is out now. Go and grab it because there's so many delicious recipes just like this one.